I also don't know much of politics. So I'm not a politician, so don't ask me too much political questions.
Okay.
But I know a little bit here and there to get by.
Okay, yeah. You're sorry?
Yeah,
Okay,
recording.
sorry.
Yeah.
Alright, so hi Mr. Farid Khan, thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah,
Maybe
okay.
we can open up with a question about did you serve national service, and if yes, which vocation were you at?
Okay, thanks for having this interview. No, I was not invited to join the national service.
Okay.
It was early 70s, I think.
So, what do you think about the significance of the maritime industry in Singapore?
Singapore have always been a maritime nation. If you go back through history, the last 200-300 years, even before Raffles was here, you will see that they have always been a maritime island. There are a lot of business was here from China, from India, and they kind of sell the goods here. So it is it have always been a maritime nation.
Okay. Why did you choose to work in the maritime industry?
Okay, very good question, because a lot of people didn't ask me this. This is one industry, especially when you go to sea. That's when you start your career. In fact, let's start my career at sea first. This is one industry that doesn't look at your qualifications. Okay, you can start at a lot of entry points is there. That means if you are a maritime graduate, you straight away can become officer. All right, but if you're not a graduate from nautical studies or engineering like that, it doesn't matter. You go in and start right from the bottom, like what I did, from a steward, then an oiler, then fireman, then pumpman, Then I start to learn a little bit more about engineering, then take the courses, and I become officer. So it took me a longer time than normal graduates.
Okay, so I think now we'll move to the presidential election questions. So, can you give us a tangible action on how, as a president, you can help low-income families?
Okay, you can see that the president had three roles, right? The discretionary, non-discretionary, that is quite heavy on the management of the government funds and on the reserves and the appointment of top civil servants and working the CPA, working in parliament, working the AG. Okay, that part I think is quite heavy part. But on the other side is where the role of the president, where the people's president that you most of people elected for. This is where I think the social work that I feel that actually I always say captain, the seaman, always been a seaman. The president can focus quite a lot. Apart from the ceremonial, with here, with them, meet the foreign dignitaries and all that, where you have to go to the ground. This is the part you don't need the government. You can go to the ground on your own and meet all the people, all walks of life, listen and see. You may think that you know your own people, but you need to go down and down to the ground. That's where most of the people who actually work hard, and they sometimes the helplessness that they feel, down there. We need to go down and see these people and listen. And after that, you go back, look at all the organization that's in place, and see the government funding, fund subsidies, and see, okay, where can we help from who we can help. So I would like to go both sides, go to the people and say, okay, I listen to you, I hear you. Now I go to the organization, then I tell them, okay, we have this problem, tell me how I can help.
I see.
So nobody should be left behind.
Okay.
No left behind. Nobody should be left behind. Remember the pledge. What is our pledge?
Which part of the pledge?
The Singapore pledge. When you're in school.
Equality based on justice and equality so as to achieve happiness, prosperity, and progress for our nation. Right?
No, so quite a lot. Okay, this is what we should look at. That is my foundation. To serve my country, I go back there.
Nice, based on the pledge.
Based on the pledge. Remember when we were in school, primary school? We stood down there, rain or shine, and say the pledge. This is not just something that you sing, it's something that you're committed to do. I will go back there.
Nice. My next question is, which previous Singapore president do you respect the most and why?
Okay. Something not good to talk about the people, right? you don't really know them that well. But in general, okay,
Then,
in general, I think that Mr. Ong Teng Chong will be someone
okay.
that I really look up to. He had his strength, he had the weakness that he was from the party, all that, and he crossed over, and then he became an independent person, and he was trying to do his job, you know. And that time was quite new, I think, the first time they did that. So they do have some issues, you know, here and there. But I'm glad that it didn't really affect the country that much at that time. You know? So I quite respected Sir Ong Teng Chong. I think he's a very fair and a good man.
Um, so this year is the first year they have a reserve presidency for the Malay community. What do you think are the motivations behind it? Like, there's been a lot of talk in the parliament about like,
I read quite a lot.
so
So
in your opinion, like, why do you think like
okay,
this year?
if it is for the reason of minority representation, then that's a good thing to do.
Okay.
If it's for other things, then I don't think it's a bad thing. For me, but personally, I feel people perception is different sometimes. You know? But for me personally, I feel that it is given opportunity for minorities to represent the country. It's a good sign of meritocracy. It is a good sign of meritocracy. So I'm from the minorities community. So I say I have to react. Okay, whoever is capable or who feels that he comply and who feels that he can serve the country, he should come forward. And I did. I did that. It took me a lot of courage, I tell you the truth, because I didn't expect to do this in my career. I didn't expect to do this. So I came forward.
Yeah.
I would approach it in such a way that it's an opportunity for Singaporean uh, go to the on the day of the polling and make a choice. Remember that this guy, minority or no minority, is representing the whole of Singapore. Your vote counts.
For my readers at NUS, like I was wondering if you have anything to say to them, or yeah, just like let them know how if they vote for you, like how would like their lives be changed, or I don't know.
For once, I think that people will see if I'm elected, I'm an independent guy, neutral. It's a position that should not be politicized. It's a non-political position that I think everybody is very aware now. It is someone that who's going to represent you, you know, uh, and you you go through the things that this person or whoever that's running for this presidency, look at it carefully and see what there's a lot of things that we cannot promise, because we are not involved in running of the country. Uh, but for me, I believe what people want right now is the independency of the presidency. First step, this is a very big step. The president must be an independent, and his voice is from the people's voice. Okay, all walks of life, his voice. So you have you already voted for the government overwhelmingly. The last time was 60-70%. Let them do the job. Vote for a resident. Let them do this job. But you need to be independent. This is my emphasis. Independent and no political background, ambition, and inspiration. No, have to be like this. And this is what, if I did not run for this presidency, I will vote for this person exactly like this. Someone is completely independent. That I can put my trust on him. That whatever he do is for us.
I think for most like NUS students or I guess graduates in general, like our main concern right now is moving from like being a student to being employed. So like and plus like the market now like is very unstable. So employment is always at the top of our minds. So maybe you can share like a couple of experiences in your company where you actually help to hire people or open up opportunities.
Okay. First thing, let's talk about the community at large. When I tried to help during when my maritime was quite good at that time, and I saw that there's a lot of opportunities, and the argument from a lot of employers must be nobody's interested in this industry, because the norm that they have in their mind is if you go into maritime industry, that means you're going to be away from home. So 4 years ago, group of friends like me who believe in what I'm fighting for, get together, look for a platform that we can go the outreach and all that, and do all the seminars and talks to all walks of life for people, let's say. Then the old lady come and see me, for example, you talk about maritime, what can I do? I say maritime industry, employ steel lady, employ this, employ that, employ the receptionist, we have that. We have lawyers, we got finance people, we got the purchaser in the maritime industry. I say. So do not think the maritime industry is only for saving. My target have always been youngsters. This is what I think that because I have a daughter, I can see that what she wants. Aggressive like me, so she's very vocal against me. You should do something for my generation. I said, yes, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. So we went around and open up for them. And the important thing that I did was we did together, not me alone. That's not fair. With my team, what we did was to show to the people the amount of subsidies, sponsorships, that is available that a lot of people didn't know. There are some courses you just pay 80% only, and then you got E2I coming in. Sometimes you don't even have to pay anything at all. So they are, but people do not know how to tap it. So we went around and explained to them, and a lot of them are young graduates. There's always a sunrise after the sunset, right? I always look at the positive side. When you come out, focus on what you want to do. Do you want to go to sea? You want to go to the naval arc side, or you want to go into the management side? Look at all those sponsorship program or subsidies, or whatever you can. Look at all that first before you decide on your career. All right? And there are companies who are willing to employ you, especially if you are fresh graduates right now, because we are in a mode that now our strategy right now, all the companies I have is sustainability, right, and prepare for the upswing. Oil and gas is always like this, So you got to prepare for up and down swing, So we are getting younger people right now to prepare yourself when the upswing, you are ready. So the drone technology that we have, it will be coming to the ships. There will be nobody on the ship working.
Wow.
So it will control from the office, and we will control the vessel. We bring up there, and then to the platform, we hand over the control to them.
Wow.
So this is what you guys should look at. Do not look at the seaman like me. We are a dinosaur. We are gone. Look at that part of the maritime industry. Prepare yourself, because I believe that from where you guys come from, when you graduate, theoretically you are quite good. You are already there compared to where people like us, when we were struggling to when we go to exams all that. You are more adaptable to new technology, new things. You can accept new things quite easily. So this is where I think that you guys should look at it seriously. Uh, don't go this way. Go the high tech side of it, the drone side, the control side, the communication side. Um, then those who are engineers look at the maintenance side. How going to maintain all this? And who will be the one that driving? There'll be no more. No more quartermaster, no more captain down there. All be in the office somewhere. You can be anywhere in the world and you are driving it. So this is where you guys should look at, and we should be as Singapore should be the one in front, doing this. Well, we got very good people here, very good attitude, good ideas. We adapt quite fast, especially youngsters.
All right, so my last question is actually similar to what I asked you earlier about which president do you respect the most. Because I'm going to ask you, if you're elected as president, how would you want to be remembered by Singaporeans?
I always, not only in the presidency, I always like that when I go into something, I make a difference. That is very important for me. If I do something, I make a difference and a positive impact to people around me. That I want people to be remembered by. Someone who came and really put his effort down there and change things for the better for everybody. This is what I wanted. That is also the reason why you can see that I never went to politics or all that, because I have a free hand to move. As a president, I can go elected president, and you can go to opposition ward, you can go everywhere. Because you are independent. So this is, I think, something that I really really appreciate that this role of the president.
Cool. Any last things you want to say to NUS students in
Okay, focus. Focus on what you want to do. Don't jump into things. You know, you are graduates now. You know, graduates. I'm sure you are eager to go into the market, into industry, and make a difference, like what I did. Right? I believe that you guys will make a difference because you are the guys. One day going to be leading this country in any way that you can. I'm sure. You know, there are politicians, there are this, there are social workers, and the engineers. You are building bridges in tunnels. You are contributing to the country. You know? So be very focused in what you wanted to do. Look at me, a guy who did not have education, but he was very focused on exactly what he wants. You know, he wanted at the time. So I worked towards it nicely. There'll be obstacles, there'll be challenges. Take it that it's something is normal. Wherever you go, wherever you do, the same things will come, the challenges, the obstacles, the disappointment, you know. No. Put that aside and just keep on focus. If you have to take one step backward, take one step backward. But the next step, two steps forward.
Nice. Wow, very nice to hear that. It's like talking to my father, getting advice
Oh,
from
am
him.
I that old? No, no. You know how I learned all this? Because I start to talk to my daughter a little bit more.
Oh,
Then I begin to understand how the
younger
young generation, the younger generation here are not like us before. We're on the survival. We'll look for job, find as long as got work down there, I can buy jeans and all that. They are more different. They look at environments. They look at the future of the country. They look at the future of their children. You know, they are very worried about where they're gonna have the money to buy a house. So I can feel that. I can feel that. Yeah. Yeah. So I kind of understand now.
Okay, cool. Also, I want to ask you about the. I think when I got a new card just now, is this gonna be your campaign together with the government?
Yes, yes.
Oh, did you write this or
No, collectively, me and the
collectively?
team, we thought of a lot of things. And I say, hey, the third role of the president is something that I think we can relate quite a lot to.
Which
So
is
whether we build a nation, so the harmony side, unifying, we have to be together all the time. There are challenging times coming ahead. You can see the TPP, the one China, one belt policy. These are affecting the economy of this area. So I think that regardless of how whatever coming, recession, but we need to stay together.
I see. Yeah, it's like the pledge, one united people.
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe in that strongly, and
Okay.
that will be one of the few things that I keep quite close to my heart. To unite the people, use the pledge. Use the pledge. This is the best. You have to agree because this one you don't need publicity; it's already there.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't work on new slogan, no need.
Yeah.
It's already there.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the camera is off or not?
Yeah.